My lead source tonight is the independent senator from Vermont, Bernie Sanders. And Senator, it's great to have you here because you issued your own rebuke, as I'll call it, and basically said that you think President Trump needs to turn off Fox News and, quote, read the Constitution.
Look, you know, the guys who wrote the Constitution back in the 1790s were nobody's fools. What they wanted to do is have a separation of powers between the executive, the legislative, and the judiciary so that one person could not assume enormous power. And what you are seeing right now is a president who is authoritarian. He just attacked the media the other day. I think he called CNN illegal because I gather that now and then you criticize him. He is trying to encroach on the constitutional responsibilities and spending powers of Congress. And now he's going after the courts. Look, if somebody is a corrupt judge, that person can and should be impeached. But not because you voice an opinion. That's why these guys have life terms. So they are immune from these types of attack and they can be objective in their judgment. And just the word here. In the last number of years, and I'm not a great fan of Chief Justice Roberts, you have had decisions from the Supreme Court on Citizens United, which allow billionaires to buy elections. One of the worst decisions in the history of the Supreme Court. You didn't see a whole lot of people saying impeach Roberts and members of the court. You had this horrible decision on Roe versus Wade, taking away women's rights to control their own bodies. Again, we live in a society of rule of law. Supreme Court has its power. Judges have their power. And it should frighten every American, whether you're conservative or progressive, that you have a president who does not respect our Constitution and wants more and more power for himself. Very dangerous.
What does it say that the Chief Justice, who, that's a great point. You have also criticized decisions that the Supreme Court has made with John Roberts as the Chief Justice. But what does it say that he felt the need to come out and issue this rebuke of Trump tonight?
Well, I don't know Roberts all that well. I'm not a great fan of his court. But I think he does understand, I suspect, the danger of a president who does not respect the Constitution of the United States and wants more and more power for himself.
It would take 67 senators to remove a judge from the federal bench. That would mean that every Republican would have to vote for it, and I believe 14 Democrats.
It's not going to happen. Okay,
we
don't have to. But what we have to worry about is this movement toward authoritarianism. Trump admires and loves people. He thinks they're great. They're beautiful people when they agree with him. But if you criticize them, you're acting illegally, you should be impeached, you're terrible, etc. You're a left-wing fanatic, whatever he calls people. A very dangerous trend. Look, I don't have to tell anybody that we are living in difficult times. And it's not only this movement toward authoritarianism, it's this movement toward oligarchy, where you have a number of billionaires running the United States government, where you're seeing right now with Musk and others, massive attacks against veterans. And the Veterans Administration, they want to lay off some 80,000 people in the VA who provide health care to our veterans, who make sure they get the benefits that they deserve. You're now seeing a massive attack on Social Security. Presumably they want people with disabilities to now walk in to some Social Security office, although they're cutting back on these Social Security offices all over this country. And at the end of the day, Caitlin, in my view, you got a bunch of these oligarchs who want to destroy virtually every program in America that works for working class people, so that you have massive tax breaks to the 1% and the billionaire class.
Yeah.
And as you may know, I'll be on the road with Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez the next few days, trying to fight back against this horrific set of activities.
Yeah, you've been on this anti-oligarchy tour. You've been making stops. I mean, it's really, notable to see the crowds and how many people are showing up. We're showing one of the pictures of you speaking here, and you've been going to all over, to Colorado, to Wisconsin.